the culture shocks just keep happening. Ciao ragazzi, benvenuti sul mio canale. Oggi parliamo di culture shocks. Shock culturali. So I've done this once before, but now that I've lived in Italy for a year, how did that happen? I've got some more things to add to it. If we've never met before, hi, I'm Katie. Vivo in Puglia, Sud Italia. I am a writer in addition to doing these videos, so you can check out my latest book, Cheese, Wine, and Bread, Discovering the Magic of Fermentation in England, Italy, and France. And if you enjoy what I'm doing, then I really hope you'll check out my Patreon community. We call ourselves the Quirky Club because we're all quirky and we have a lot of fun there. We have monthly live chats, they get exclusive recipes, behind the scenes footage. Hey Quirky Club, what's going on? It's a lot of fun. I hope that you will check it out. Let's see what else. I love living here. I really do. There has been some transition living here though. There are things that were just like eye-openers. So let's continue the list. Shock culturali. Seconda parte. Numero uno, cash and receipts. Cash is something that's always good to have on you here in Italy because quite a few places don't accept credit card. Some places do. I don't want to make like a sweeping generalization. And a tangent to that is that you will get receipts here for anything and everything you buy in any kind of a situation. If you're American and you come to Italy, you'll be like, what's with all the receipts? No way. The post office. So the post office is a singular experience here in Italy. There's always very long lines. You take a number as soon as you get there. And then there's always confusion and the post office here is much more than it is in the States. Like, you do bureaucratic forms here. Oh, it's also a bank. Like, you can get your money from here, like from a bank teller, which is probably Connor's least favorite thing to do here. Numero tre. Oh, tre. I should do it like that. Tre. Late dinners. Like much later than I am accustomed to growing up in America anyway. So I'll give you an example. I went to a pretty fancy restaurant with some friends here and they made the reservations for 9 p.m. Beginning at 9 p.m. They were a little late showing up. I was like, 9 p.m. That is when I start to get ready for bed. And you know, eating late applies to both out at restaurants and at home. Growing up in the Midwest in America, our standard dinner time was like 6 p.m., 6:30, hours before most Italians eat dinner. Quattro, dialect. I've talked before in other videos about how incredibly diverse this country is, right? Every city, every town has their own dialect. So the thing about dialect is that it is very specific to area, by city, by town. So I am in Trani here, and one of my good friends here, Rosangela and I are in the same exercise group. We get together most mornings and exercise in the park. It's so much fun.
Ciao!
It's from the next town over called Barletta. It's only about 15 minutes away, but they have a different dialect. So Rosangela here is going to tell us some things in Barlettese.
Sapes que patan da caldar. Digo, a chupar, patan, apes, a fogo de laura.
I mean, these dialects sound totally different than normal Italian, and I love it. That's not Italian. That's not Italian.
So different.
It's so different. But for the most part, really, dialect is something that is just used in smaller, more intimate circles, like within families. So like, I haven't really learned Tranese dialect. I have learned some words, and of course, they're curse words. Parolacce. Kakakets, meaning like, what's going on? What a mess. This is ridiculous. Say kakakets, you like have to use your hands with it too.
What kakakets?
Cinque, dog. Culture shocks are real too, and I did an entire video about this because when we got our dog Kiro, it really struck us. So to get all the nitty-gritty on that, you can go to this video, which I'm linking to here. But basically, to quickly recap, there is poop everywhere on the sidewalks, but if you don't bring a bottle of water and pour it over your dog's pee when they pee on the streets, you will get angry glances and be scolded by an elderly man sitting on a chair on the sidewalk. Say late night socialization, and that includes babies. Things really come alive here in the evenings. Like the piazzas are full of people. It is social hour, like 9 p.m. and later. Like where I grew up, people who hang out, especially outdoors later at night, they tend to be like just the teenagers, like just the rowdy teenagers. Here, it's families, like it is grandparents, it's babies. Like I can't tell you how many strollers I see after 10 p.m. Stereotypically, American parents are like, baby's bedtime at 7 p.m. or something like that. Sette, WhatsApp, communication, and voice memos. So the main way that I communicate with my friends here, well, and professionally as well, so just people here, anyone, is through WhatsApp, which, if you're not familiar, is an application on a smartphone. This is an app that most of my friends in America do not have on their phone. Some of them have probably never even heard of it. And also, be prepared for a lot of voice memos.
Ok, dai, non so se volete venire.
That is the main way. Like my friends here, they love to just leave me voice memos. I need to get over like my fear of listening to voice memos. Am I the only one? Numero 8, città slow, and how it actually gives me anxiety. So Trani is a slow city. Literally, there's a sign in the city saying it's a città slow. So, you know, it's kind of like the slow life, slow way of living. I should move from a big cosmopolitan city to a place like this and like chill out. But it had the opposite effect when I first moved here, because it was like taking this forward momentum that I had about my everyday and boop, nope, you're not gonna do that. So interesting that this slow Mediterranean, Southern Italian way of life that I think is really easy to idealize, that it can at first have the opposite effect. And now I am finally starting to chill. Meno male. Numero 9, comments on weight and age. It's been more times than I can count on these fingers where a friend, an acquaintance has commented on my weight and like, oh, you look thin, you thinned out. Have you lost weight? Or, you know, after I got back from vacation with my family, like, you're a little pudgier, you gained a little weight. And also, Italians generally, from my experience, are not shy to ask your age. So I've been asked my age so many times, which is whatever, it's fine. My mom also was asked her age on multiple occasions when she came to visit Italy. That is not normal in America. Americans tiptoe around those kind of questions. So I love it in Italy. Now, like, I'm curious, how old are you? All right, that's it for my additional culture shocks for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me, for hanging out as always. Thank you so much to the Quirky Club, my incredible Patreon community. You all are the best and you allow me to keep doing these videos. I'll see y'all back here really soon. Don't forget to keep it quirky and ci vediamo alla prossima. Ciao.
Keep it quirky!